buy a scraper from new, you'll notice that they're quite square. The end will be quite flat. When you come to use it, it may be slightly difficult because it's not honed yet. After stripping a couple of walls, it gets easier. You may run a file just over the end, just to not sharpen it to a knife, but just to take that flatness off. Helps go through the paper a bit easier. After having one for a long time, they start to round. As well as scraping, you use them for raking out, which rounds the ends. And when you're using it to take paper off, it becomes more difficult to push it through the paper. Although the end may be honed, these round edges start to create a problem. They won't sharpen the same, they're quite blunt. Not as sharp as this end. So periodically you'll need to file these down or grind them. Well, I've no grinding wheel and I know that I've got to take a lot off, so I've made a small guide. A couple of wing nuts on either end. Now I can just put this in to where I need it to go, which really is just on the point of the curve. I just want to make sure that that's square and I don't get any corners, because that's where the flatter edges are, which make it more difficult. So once I'm happy that's where that is, I can just tighten that up. Now all this is doing is, because there's so much I've got to take off, I don't need to keep checking all the time. I can just hone it down to a certain point and then just reevaluate then. But at the moment that's not looking too bad. Now I can just put my vise on. Make sure that's tight. Now because we're metal to metal, I need to put some blocks in, so I've just got some offcuts of architrave. Now I can just sit my blade in. And make sure all that this is level. Tighten it up. So again, I'm only using my hand file. Would be a lot easier on a grinding wheel. So now, working this file, don't just go flat to the blade. I'm going to take it on an angle. Keep on doing that. Right, so I'll take a loop then. Yeah, that's squared up nicely now. Just need to work on it a little bit more. File flat in the vise. I can now just rub this along the flat. Just Just ensure that it's nice and flat along that edge, and then just slightly sharpen it a bit. Just to help it get under the paper. So again, it's only the raking out that will start to damage it. Generally it should wear flat when you're scraping, but I've got a neater edge there now, squarer, no blunt edges there now.